it's being modified by the untruth. See, your sense of reality, Pedro and Crackhead Richie, it's not real. Okay? That's why you cannot come
butternut squash.
Out here 20, 30 years on 19. Get that clear, man. Put the pills down, whatever.
Zucchini squash.
With the top dog out here. Anyway, let me get my...
Bell pepper squash.
From now on, I'm not going to answer any questions or explanations. I just go on my YouTube.
Zucchini squash.
250, and all the answers will be answered.
Squash.
So let me get my last cup of job. I'll be back. Capture a lot of his lies, and we might even learn who it is he's talking to when he's trying to talk over me and you. Top of the morning to our 153. Bread and butter with coffee.
Hey, Enforcer, please, 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 brother, don't answer no more questions, because every time you try to answer a question, you put your foot in your mouth, man.
You mean the answer there with 100 more lions and come back to bite him in the
I think you do better if you just keep your mouth shut, Enforcer. That way I can trust you.
I get it. Roger. Hey, just think, dude. Now his new video channel, he's begging and pleading y'all to go see. It's going to capture all the lies we don't have to capture no more. And it's going to show us who he's talking to when he tries to talk over me or you.
Well, who does he talk to out here? How many friends he's got? He's got Eddie, which Eddie's my friend also. Eddie's a pretty good guy, man. Knowing Eddie for a long time. Who else does he talk to? Birdman, I don't know him. I talk to him a lot of times on the radio when he wanted to be my friend, my CB friend. Who else? Who else? CK? Who else, man? He's been out here, he claims he's been out here 15 years, and I don't hear him talking to nobody else.
Well, me and you ran video games for the last 4 years on just about every channel out here, every morning on 19 in the afternoon. Other than 18 months ago, did you ever hear him any of our video games players?
You count 18. I told him 10 to 12 months. You count 18. I only counted 10 to 12 months. I don't know.
I'm trying to tell you, less than 90 days after I moved off Utica, I started locking it up with this bag of Mary.
Yeah, he was just pissed off. I think Enforcer was just pissed off at me because I was sandbagging. I was sandbagging for like 5 months. I was at the job site up there at Patterson. Then I went to the Poconos because we were slowed up with work, so there was no work for the big truck. So I think he was a little pissed off when I come back and I try to put a little fire on his ass.
Just another fabulous morning out here on the
Well, I tell you what, one of his friends wrote me a text message on YouTube, and I'm not going to say who it was. He wrote me a message on YouTube begging me to tell you to take those pictures down. That was one of his friends. But before that guy begged me to tell you to take those pictures down, Mr. Enforcer and that guy that sent me the text message were saying that those pictures were not from him and they were not his family. So then a month later, they begged me to tell you to take those pictures down. So was it, or are those real pictures? Yes or no? Why would you later on beg me to tell you to take the pictures down? So that right there, man, I don't know.
Well, I guess you don't have to be a detective to figure out who sent you that first.
tell you what, but originally those pictures weren't real. That wasn't him. That was not his dad. So, but then a month later, they're begging me to tell you. They want me to tell you. Come on, dude. You're your own person. Why do I have to be a messenger, man?
Did you hear him cry in literal tears and then begging him, please, Eddie, or crazy Eddie? What I'm doing is not right. In tears he was. Do you know how many video games I got him begging and pleading me to take it down? Oh, his war, he lost. The only fraud that got exposed out, he was him. And now he tries to justify it. I'm giving you a chance. I'm giving you a chance. Now you have to take it down, take it down. That man is delirious, dude. The man started a beef, came out here telling every lie under the sun. It took me a while and pretty much got most of y'all mad at me, but I didn't give a fuck. I did my job as fine as I and I'm taking back, and then y'all do your jobs. The king of the old black wire.
Well, another thing was, I was sandbagging for 5 months, and I always spoke to you. I don't give a shit. I speak to whoever I want to speak to. I talk on the radio to whoever I want to talk to. Nobody's going to tell me who should I talk to or what. And then when he hears me talking to you, he starts getting on my fucking nutsack. Starts calling me a junkie like you, whatever. I don't give a shit if you do drugs. I don't give a shit if he does drugs. That's none of my business. But now once he gets on my case, now I'm going to do a little research and I'm going to get him back. And that's the whole reason. That's the whole reason. And I don't go and put up his family pictures anywhere. I just hit him with the truth. I try to ask him questions, and I listen to what he's got to say. And then a day later or two, when I realize what he said, that one day he says one thing, and then the other week he says another thing, then he's a liar.
Well, I think it's a beautiful thing that most of the wimpies around New York City are deciding to get his attention by telling him he's stepping on me, and once they do, they start asking him a couple of questions. Then they get to see his true colors. I mean, if you want to get in his good grace and get him talking to you right quick, just tell him he's stepping all over me, and then you got an open door. And then let him know something. Or you as an inquiring mind with your
Supposed to... All right, I'm back. What did I miss? I'm having my last cup of Java. What did I miss? These junkies still talking about me.
South Newark edition.
These junkies still talking about me. Crackhead 127 still talking about me.
Yeah, we were talking about you, Enforcer. I was telling him, Richie, that you got pissed off at me when you hear me talking to him. And then when you used to talk to me, waved at me like you were my CB friend. And then when I went sandbagging for about 5 months, and I came back and I tried to put a little fire on your ass, you got all out of whack, man. You started calling me a crackhead, a junkie, doing drugs, this and that. But look at yourself, dude. Look at yourself. You're such a fucking lowlife, man.
It's a duty of man. That's why you just gotta say no.
We're talking to right over Mr. 206. Yo, like this guy.
That's why you just gotta say no to drugs.
Well, he could talk over me, you know the reason why. Hey, Pistol, you know the reason why he's talking over me, because it bothers him. It bothers him. The reality bothers him, and he feels the need to key up on me so people don't have to listen to me explaining the truth. That's why he does it.
Well, if Richie wouldn't key up on you, I wouldn't be able to hear you. So if I key up inadvertently, that's because Richie's dropping them all on you.
Hey, well, you know, he fills your mind with a lot of
Richie's dropping a hammer on you, man. How can I hear you? How can I hear you when Richie's taking you clean out? The man's disrespecting you.
Richie, go back to the second video gate when he's begging me. He's begging me to key up on you.
Hey, I don't know what part you do not understand. When were we friends? When did I send you emails? See, that's how much you lie, man. I don't know if you're just a pathetic liar or it's just an induced psychosis that you're suffering from the drugs you consume.